Hi everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampinCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks so much for joining me again today for another video tutorial. Before we get going, I just want to remind you to sign up for my newsletter below in the description to join my email list. I'll be starting a 12 weeks of Christmas program in October only for my email subscribers. So new projects every week until Christmas. We also have weekly deals going on during the month of September in my online store, so make sure to check that out. Link is below. And today I wanted to share a fun Christmas project. Now this is a fun fold card that we had made at our Christmas in July event. This was one of my favorite projects, so I thought I'd share it with you today. We're going to use the Christmas season stamp set and then the seasonal label dies. Okay, since this is images only, we don't have any sentiments, I'm going to use the Christmas to Remember. I love this one. It's got some great fonts. I like the mix of fonts, and I really love this sentiment. We're not going to use this today, but love that one. Okay, let us get started. Now I will post measurements on my blog with the link below. We have a piece of Evening Evergreen cardstock, and this is, I think it's 11 by 5.5, so we're using, a good amount. And then I have another piece of Evening Evergreen, so this is, what is this? 8, it's 3 by 6. So you can get this out of the sheet of cardstock and then you still have a little bit of scrap left over. Okay, so I have this scored, and I will post the scoring measurements as well. We're kind of accordion folding it up to this point. So this way our card opens like this. Okay, so you can see that. Let's show you, there's a good view, a little accordion fold. And then this one, it's just like a little mini card. So it comes out to 3 by 3, so it's 3 by 6. But we're gonna have this one open backwards like that. Okay, so I have a couple pieces of designer paper. These are from the Sweetest, not the Sweetest Christmas, it is Painted Christmas pack. This is gorgeous paper. And I like this one. This one just has greens in it. It doesn't have any reds, but this is okay because this is going to be perfect for this card. Now this is one of those special cards that you send out to your special family and friends at Christmas. We're going to glue these on the first, whoops, I can't seem to let go of the paper. I don't know why. It gets stuck to me. The first and third panels, some of these smaller panels right here. Okay, now we have a piece of basic white that we're going to put on the back, but we want to decorate it a little bit. So we're going to take Old Olive and Evening Evergreen. We're going to stamp some leaves that kind of coordinate with our designer paper. So I've got this big leaf. We're going to use Old Olive. And I'm just going to stamp kind of randomly around, not filling in the whole thing, but we're just going to stamp some leaves coming around that way. And then we're going to take the Evening Evergreen and this little kind of pine sprig. Now we have a couple of leaves in the set that are the pine sprigs. Let's do a little one right there. That looks good. We're going to stop while we're ahead. Okay, in the stamp set, I'm using this one because I want to place them kind of, in between our other leaves. And then we have this double one, which is really nice. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Make sure that's pretty dry. Sometimes the inks can be a little juicy and it takes just a couple extra seconds to dry. I think we're longer set though. So this is our area we can leave to write our sentiment on. And I've gotten a little adhesive here. Get that off. Okay. All right, so we're done with our base. I'm gonna make sure that's scored like that. Now we have our little mini card. This is where we're gonna stamp sentiments. So we have a piece of basic white for the front, piece of basic white for the back. So on the back, I'm going to use this sentiment. This is really cute. Love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. So we're going to use this with the, I'm going to center it, hopefully straight, with Evening Evergreen. Isn't that pretty? I love that. And then on the front piece, I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. Now it is a long single stamp, but I cut it apart because I like to do that. I'm going to make sure it's stamped straight, and I'm going to stamp these one on top of the other. Merry, just like that. I want it to come down pretty close. Merry Christmas. So cute. Okay. Now, we could probably go ahead and glue these down. I already have ink on me. So this is going to glue to the right side, the right panel. This will glue to the left panel, like that. Cute. Okay, now I have another piece of basic white, and we're going to stamp a couple of pine cones. So if you look on the stamp set, we have 2 of the large, 2 of the small. Now one's more of a full, and then one is a detail on both sizes. So I'm going to use Crumb Cake and Early Espresso, and I like to stamp my detail images first, or whichever one's in the darker ink, because it's easier for me to see where I'm stamping on top of that if I have the darker ink down. So I'm doing the details in espresso, and now we're going to stamp the crumb cake. So I have these on another block, and that way I can see a little bit better when I go to stamp the bigger one on top. Now it still leaves a little bit of white. That's nice because that's kind of an accent, but then I can see to where I want to fill those in. Yay! Okay. So then we're going to die cut this. We have, let's see. We've got our 2 pine cone sizes. I'll just get one right now. And this will cut out the lighter shade, the fuller shade. So you just line it up with your, I would do it with the crumb cake. Don't worry about the darker shade. It's going, whichever one's the fuller color is what it's going to die cut. Okay. So I've already die cut a couple just to save time. Isn't that die cut nice? Love that. Okay. Let's do a little assembly now. So we are going to sandwich these little fun accordion layers between our card pieces, our small card. All right, so it's gonna go like this. And then when it opens, we'll have a little accordion fold. So we want to put adhesive close to the edges. I'm going to put 2 lines here and 2 lines here. And it should be strong enough to hold it. But if for some reason it comes apart, I'll just use a little tear and tape there. Okay. We only put it on the edge because we only want it sticking to right at the panel edges there. Isn't that cute? Love that. Okay. It's got a lot of accordion, so it wants to pop up a little bit. Okay, now we are going to add our pine cones. So I'm going to pop these up. This is a special card. It's going to take a little extra postage because it's thick. We're going to do some embellishing. So this is one that you send to your special friends and family. that really appreciate it. And because it's beautiful. It's an elegant card. I'm going to pop this up right next. Well, actually, I wanted it the same level, so we're going to have to scooch this over just a hair. Scooch it over to the side so it pops up, but it's at the same level as this one. Okay. Now, I have one of these fun embellishments. These are called, what are they called? Textural Elements. That throws me off because it's like berries. I wish they would call it berries, but they don't. So I am going to just glue a little bit of glue. Okay. To pop this on, then we're going to do something fun with it at the end. All right. Just kind of hold that, and I will also cement those, cement the pine cones together as well. So I'm giving it just a second to make sure that it dries. While I get my glue dots out. Now you could have used glue dots, I just did that. Then I have a piece of the evening evergreen plaid ribbon. And I've already tied a bow. I just need to trim the ends a bit. All right. And then let's grab a glue dot for a bow. And I'm going to stick it right on to the element there. Actually, that feels a little bit... I'm gonna actually break the end of that element off because I want to stick this to more to the pine cones, to the paper, so it's not quite so wobbly. Okay, we are almost done. The last thing we're going to do is take some of these. These are really cool. It's called Pearlized Enamel Effects, and it comes in red, silver, and white. And I'm going to take the white one. And I am going to, this is the last thing you do because it takes a little bit of time for this to dry. And what I'm doing is just coloring some white, pretty white pearlized berries at the ends of these wood pieces, wood elements. Now you could color these with markers. You could use the red to make red berries, but I didn't want to add red to this card. I just wanted it to be kind of an elegant green color. Isn't that cool? Whoops, that's wrong lid. Let me see if I can get you a little bit closer. So you can see how that pops up and makes them rounded. So pretty. Love those. And that is it. So you set this aside to dry and then you make your next one. I mean, who wouldn't love to get this gorgeous card in the mail? Beautiful. All right. I will post measurements, scoring lines, everything on my blog with the link below. So make sure to check that out, and I will see you back here on Saturday. All right. Bye, everyone.